Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, hola, come on England. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Ken at 10. Well, a very good morning to you. Did you enjoy the football? We're going to talk about how that result will impact on house prices at the end of the show. But first of all, just a couple of headlines around property. How are you? Hope you're doing well. This is Ken at 10. We broadcast daily at 10 o'clock just to talk about the property market. Hope you're doing well today. A couple of things caught my eye today in the property news. The first one was from the Daily Mail and the Telegraph. And this is not financial advice. Of course, you wouldn't expect that from Ken at 10. Take independent financial advice if you're thinking about getting a mortgage. But it is interesting to see this. Tracker mortgage deals are nearly 1,000 cheaper than fixed rate deals equivalent. And the article goes on to say that the cheapest mortgage rates have now fallen to nearly 3% as borrowers eye out tracker deals. Yorkshire Building Society has launched a 2-year tracker at 3.29, reduced from 4.15. And the cheapest of its kind on the market. Skipton has also introduced a 2-year tracker at 3.39. Now, of course, the thing about trackers that you have to bear in mind is they do track the base rate. And we do anticipate that the base rate will go up maybe half or one or maybe even more. But certainly we're looking at more rate rises on the way. So do bear in mind if you go for a tracker that you're not fixing your rate, you're tracking the base rate. And at the moment, that looks good value against many of the fixed rates, but that doesn't mean necessarily that's right for you. So make sure you take independent financial advice on that. And one in City AM that caught my eye as well. And this is as the property market struggles, the rental market sector is set for a boom, according to a leading fund manager. He says sales and rental markets during the economic downturns, during the Great Recession of the last couple of years, have led to a situation where many people that were going to buy have decided the time's not right and they're going to rent instead because they're not sure about the market. And this does happen often, we find, when the sales market goes down a bit, what we find is that the rentals market picks up. Why? Well, the people that were going to buy still need somewhere to live. And we still have the main underpinning rental market as well. On top of that, with people exiting the sector over the last couple of years, we really do have a vast undersupply of property. And as much as you might think, oh, boom, that's great. It's not really, it's not good news. And I've said for many years now, we're heading for a housing crisis. We're in the middle of it, really, but it's likely to get worse over the next couple of years. Apart from that, busy day today. Got a few things going on. We've got an eviction, which is always really sad. What I would say to you, if you are in financial difficulty with your rent and you don't know what to do, take advice. The local Citizens Advice Bureau can be really helpful as well. And I would say, most importantly, the one thing that some tenants do when they're struggling is they cut off all communication with their landlord or agent. And that's the worst thing you can possibly do. Have dialogue, explain your situation, and the landlords are more likely to be sympathetic to you and less likely to then push the button and go for the nuclear route, which ultimately will end up in court and in eviction, because once rent is in arrears by more than 8 weeks, that's what we call a mandatory ground. That means that if you're in 8 weeks arrears at the point when a landlord serves a notice on you, and 8 weeks or more at the time of the court hearing, then the judge has no discretion. He will order possession on behalf of the landlord. So sadly, we got one of those today, and it's always sad to see. But mainly what I would say is, if you're in that position, because I know many people are, then bear in mind, dialogue is the thing to do. Have that dialogue with your landlord. Try and come up with a payment plan. Try and come up with some sort of compromise that keeps you in your home. Hope that's helpful. Apart from that, how does last night's win impact on house prices? Well, that's a good question. The answer is, actually, it doesn't, does it? But wasn't it fun? England through to the next stage. Great to see. And hopefully a win coming up in the next stage against Senegal. We'll see. But thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Until then, look after yourselves. And if you can, your family and friends. Ciao.